How's it going?
You were listening.
I was. I'm sorry, you caught me eavesdropping. I couldn't help it.
And I'm not going to talk anymore.
And I'm sorry if we're going to ask you
we're
questions
stable.
that you probably are like, I've already answered that at that table.
It's,
Part of the
comes
job.
with
the territory.
Exactly.
Yeah, Mr. Sewell, just for a first question, we were kind of having a discussion before you even came amongst ourselves, but we were wondering if The Man in the High Castle, if it was proposed today in today's political climate, would it have come out? Because we were wondering the Confederacy show for HBO, like that got shut down right before it could even get started. People were worried it was too topical, too controversial. So we're wondering, could The Man in the High Castle?
I think
if it was
it's
proposed
slightly different from the Confederate show. I completely understand, why that became a thing. This is slightly different, and I think for various reasons, so we don't really need to go into. But I think if it was proposed now, because things have continued to develop, and because the continued development of the themes of the world, the historic themes, have infiltrated popular culture in a way that might make people go, "Oh no, we've got enough of them." but no, I mean, when we did season 1, when we did the pilot, the topic of the day was how topical it was. This wasn't not in the air. It didn't come from nowhere. Every season, there is this feeling of, it's catching up. And what I, have said and maintain is that I'm not so keen to be in a topical show that I'm willing to sacrifice the universe for it. I mean, I would rather be in a show that wasn't so on the button in a better world. But the only reason I think it's very much very timely is not to, bang things on the head about their kind of significance or whatever, but I think the fact that it's about how people manage to live their lives by becoming their own heroes, that people construct a narrative for themselves so that they don't even have to lie. It's just a new truth, Maybe we all have our little internal Goebbels, and that the bullies. I remember at school, bullies thinking they were victims, And in fact, I remember a time in my life when I always thought of myself as one of the good guys, realizing that something I'd done was actually kind of bullying to someone. I didn't realize until years later that I'd actually, thinking of myself as a kind of outsider and a victim, I had used that as an excuse. I thought I was just gaining purchase upon the ground, but I was using someone else's face to do it. And this is how humans can operate, that people, you convince people that they are the underdogs, you can convince people they have been mistreated, that there is some old sin, that there is so Germany strikes out and defends itself from Poland, or vice versa, and and it can happen to all of us. And this is what I used to say 2 seasons ago. Now it seems like I'm labouring the point.
Sort of to kind of go with that a little bit, there was one episode where we saw John Smith with his wife in an American uniform, and it was a really great flashback. Are we going to see more flashbacks to his previous life, like his evolution as a Nazi, or?
No, not in so much. I mean, I would like that, but there's all sorts of things that I would like, some of which I'm getting to do, some of which I'm not. I mean, no, but we get to see more of it by sleight of hand. I mean, I'm always a fan of storytelling whereby you put it together that something's happened. That's what I like very much about the pilot and the early episodes of Man in the High Castle, is that you realised by tense or inference or omission that so-and-so had happened. You put it together. It wasn't like, this kind of, so how long have we been brothers kind of writing. So I like to think that a picture will emerge of what the story was. There may be more at some point. But not only that, you might begin. I mean, one of the things that happens, as the fallout from what happened at the end of season 2 begins to reverberate, and his doubts and all of those things are subjugated because he is rewarded for the changes in his life and seen as some kind of national hero. And he realizes that in order to protect the people that he cares about, he has to cling on to power and become more and more powerful, because there are secrets about his family that are now known by people who would be happy to replace him. And if he gets replaced, he doesn't get to move out to a nice little village in New Jersey. It's, his family, that's it. So no matter what his doubts are, he has to climb within that system. So when he becomes aware that there might be another universe in which things are different, that has a very powerful secret effect on him, and it becomes something that he thinks about.
In the first season, John Smith is very much a man about the law and upholding the law at all costs. In season 2, we saw with his son where what happened to his son with his illness started to challenge his beliefs in the law, and he wanted to, and he actually, in a few episodes, he actually broke the law a couple of times.
I think he was always that guy.
Always that guy.
Yeah.
And so my question is that okay, he is a man of power, like you said, but there are rules. How that conflict that he has, maintaining law or maintaining rules or anything.
No, I don't think the conflict is about protecting his family and caring about rules. I think the conflict is about being aware of a certain level of culpability, being aware of choices he has made, being aware of the irony of having the monster that he's hitched his wagon to claiming or trying to stake a claim on his children is not lost on him. So the awareness of that and whatever potential growing tamped down resentment he has, it's a conflict between that and his desire within that system to get to the top, to protect.
Right.
And I think it's not that he's he's just, in terms of the important thing is the family and protecting, and everything else is a means to that, which is kind of seeped into his system.
One of the best things I think about John Smith is not necessarily the relationship with his son, but the complex relationship he has with his wife. Can you talk a little bit more about how you think about the relationship between him and Helen, and how will we see that
it was
develop?
a gift ending up having Chayla playing my wife. She's such a fantastic actress, and she's lovely, and we really get on, and we always find, if it's sometimes a scene will seem kind of more or less perfunctory, we always manage to find, or not so much perfunctory, but sometimes there's something hidden underneath it that will bring it to life, and I trust her, basically. But for me, that's, there's this kind of strange little pact that they've made, and there's poison in there too,
Will the death of Thomas bring out something new in that relationship?
Or whatever happens to Thomas. Thomas is speaking.
Well, come on, he was an eater.
Will it what?
Will it, will we see ramifications of?
No, no ramifications. Yes, of course.
Well,
will we see ramifications?
Come on,
It's
just
all
a little hint. A little hint.
Well, things are complicated. I mean, I'm glad to say that there isn't a simple answer to that, because, people can be brought together and torn apart at the same time, or take it in turns. So it has enormous growing effects that develop in one direction and another. I can't say more than that, but it certainly continues. It changes everything, and then in hugely negative ways, some positive ways. I mean, not positive ways, but nothing. It's not final. It's not final, and I'm still not sure where it's going to end up. I suppose is why I'm answering that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
One more thing.
I loved you in rock and roll.
Oh, thank you very much.